rise through a moonless night. Elbows out, ready for the clash. Every twist, every turn, adrenaline flash. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leads of steel, velocity keeps it real. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leads of steel, velocity keeps it real. Don't look back. Don't look back. Spectators scream as the racers align. A dance with danger on a thin white line. High octane in the veins, rush of thrill. Competing with fate, chasing that mill. Three warriors that think of the grind. Fierce and focused, always one of a kind. Victory tastes sweeter under the lights. Velocity racing, fueled by the fright. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. It real. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll in what's going to be an amazing afternoon of racing action here on Peacemaker Gaming as the Velocity Racing League's inaugural event here this afternoon with the super late models is about to get underway. And let me tell you, when I say this is a stacked field, we got some of the biggest hitters in the history of the dirt late model scene here in iRacing, getting ready to battle, getting ready to duke it out here this afternoon in what's going to be a non-stop action-packed evening here at the beautiful Federated Auto Parts Raceway, located here in the beautiful Pevely, Missouri. This is going to be one absolutely amazing race here at the 1/3 mile speedway as drivers out on the racetrack right now getting their last little bits of moments here of their practice session. They're going to make sure they jump out onto the racetrack, make sure that their cars are absolutely hooked up, ready to rock and roll, see what the track's kind of doing, where it's leading to as qualifying about to come up here in just a little bit. Then we'll jump into our heat race action consolation races in our A main feature event here this afternoon. 50 laps of racing action for that A main feature event. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be absolutely non-stop racing as Ryder says he wants to be the driver in victory lane here this evening. Ryder, I think there's a lot of drivers here this afternoon that want to be here in victory lane as Justin Young says hello, Aaron and race fans. What's good, Mr. Young, coming in showing the love over there on YouTube as Brian Bowman coming in says let's go Bowman the showman. Yes Sirski, you know it. Victor Ferguson says hey I can't watch the stream right now but wanted to come and say hope you have a good rest of your day. Victor, I appreciate that, brother. I hope you have yourself a wonderful rest of the day and hopefully you can watch the rest of the stream later on as Brian Bowman, Mr. Bowman coming in with that like on the stream. Aaron Bowman coming in with that share as well here on the broadcast. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're just tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. As my boy NJP Design says, I'm gonna die. Oh gosh, not today, brother. Listen, this is the real deal, my boy. You guys are hopping into the show, so all of my, my Saturday night premium stock car racing league drivers, a few of them are in here, and they've been dipping their feet into the dirt track scene. And my boy Noah, he's gonna get the first-hand experience here at what some of these guys can really do out there on the speedway. As Cody Campbell, coming in showing the love as well. What's good, Cody? Mr. Campbell coming in smashing that like on the stream as well. How are you, Cody? Hopefully you're having yourself a great day as well as What's going on with their Facebook? There we go. Looks like everything's good. As man, this is gonna be a lot of fun. We got a massive field, chat. We got an absolutely insane field of drivers here this evening, ranging from anywhere between almost 10,000 I rating down to the couple thousands here and there. But there's some big hitters in here. Ethan Johnson in attendance. Connor New, Will Hanger, Derek Draymond in here as well. There's a Colton Jordan, man. There's so many. Aiden Forrester out there as well, man. We got a massive field of big hitters here. Looks like 39 drivers have loaded into the sim and getting ready to rock and roll here in this one. There may be a few more that get added in here during this qualifying session if they can get loaded in and ready to play here this afternoon. As practice coming to a close, qualifying getting ready to get underway here. The 97 ride of Bradley Patrick. He's about to jump out onto the speedway. We do see Gavin Fleming in the 45 ride. He's jumping out onto the speedway. He's looking to lay down a quick time. Blake McKendrick out there as well in the 31. Another BMR machine out there on the speedway. Joshua Navarowski out there as well in the Fusion Setup Shop number 10 ride. I'm assuming that is the 10 machine out there on the speedway. We do see Patrick Harris getting a good lap time in there in the Carolina Sim Sports Plum Wild podcast number 57 ride. A good lap right there for him as Caleb York gonna jump into position number 2. Justin Byram up into position number 3 here on the time charts. Noah Blackwell out there on the speedway. Blackwell in that beautiful Premier Setups number 9 ride out there on the speedway. Beautiful Halloween paint scheme right there from the 9 machine, looking fresh and furious out there on the speedway. Chase Copeland out there on the racetrack, the number 1 ride, the Majula Say Speed Shop. Cotton's Towing number 110 machine out there on the speedway. He's going to jump up into 4th as Joshua Navarowski is going to jump up and take that pole position. So Navarowski up into the top spot. Aaron Bowman, the showman in the Star Race Cars Sling and Dirt Series number 44 ride. He was our champion there of the Sling and Dirt Series just 1 week ago. Now looking to try to get things underway here in this one. Derek Darnell in the Common John Brewing Company Star Race Cars number 86. Currently 8th fastest as we're going to see more and more drivers hop to the front of the field here. Brody Dosher up into position number 1 here. He's going to have the quick time. Will Hanger there behind him now in 2nd. Chase Copeland now in 3rd as Derek Darnell going to jump up into position number 4. Ryder English now into the 7th spot. Joey Lindgren out there on the speedway as well in the JL Photography, the Joey Lindgren Photography ride. The Majula Say Speed Shop machine rolling out there on the speedway. See if he can get a little quicker here on his 2nd lap on the speedway as Ethan Johnson with the quick time here in this one. The 11 rider Ethan Johnson to the top of the speed charts. So the Ethan Johnson Racing number 1 ride jumps to the top of the charts here in that free speed number 11 ride. Aiden Forrester gonna jump into position number 2. Drew Jockman now into that 3rd spot in the 20 RT, the Ricky Thornton ride, the 20 RT machine. They're in 4th now. It's Connor New. How do you do? Connor New jumps to the top of the speed charts. New with a quick time out there to put himself at the top of the qualifying sheets here this evening. Wowzers. 38 drivers ready to rock and roll here as heat race number 1 is about to get underway. Let's take a look here. Top 3. 3 drivers from these heat races will work their way into the show. 3 drivers will earn their way straight up through to our A main feature event. Everybody else outside the top 3 here in the heat races will go to our consolation races here this afternoon. So starting on the pole in the number 10 ride, quickest in qualifying, it is the 10 machine of Connor New. New will start here in that pole position to his outside in the 20 RT machine. That is Drew Jockman. Starting in position number 3 in the 19, that is Will Hanger. To his outside in the 86, it's Derek Darnell. Starting in position number 5 in the 96, that is Ryder English. To his outside in the 22, it's the Tommy Gun Customs Majula St. Speed Shop ride of Blade Wisdom. Starting in position number 7 on the Speedway in the 59 ride, that is Cooper Accord. To his outside in the 83, it's Chase White. Starting in position number 9 in the number 16 ride, that is Connor Colin. To his outside, rounding out our top 10, that is Grayson Young. Richard Call back there in the 71 ride will start in about the 12th position. Gavin Fleming to his outside, as it does look like we lost one driver here. Derek Darnell not out there on the racetrack as we end all the anticipation here with our first heat race of the afternoon. Quickly, the green flag is out here as Connor New leads us down across the line for the first time here this evening in the inaugural race here for the Big Velocity Racing League. As Connor New at the front of the field, Drew Jockman there in second. Right there in that third and final transfer spot is Will Hanger. Hanger trying to hold on to that third spot, knowing that this is his opportunity right here to strike and work himself into the show. But Blade Wisdom put the pressure there. Down to his inside is the 22 of Wisdom, looking to try to slide up here into that third and final transfer position. Ryder English a little farther back here in the 96 ride. Now into the 5th position is Chase White there in 6th, trying to work himself up through the field as the Speed Ranch 83 ride rolls there in that 6th position. Cooper Accord back there in 7th with Lane Foles there in the 14 ride, currently in the 8th position as Connor Colin, Grayson Young, Gavin Fleming, and Richard Call bringing up the rear of the field. A little contact right there. Look out, the 45 ride just barely able to keep that car pointed in the right direction. It's out in front, it's Connor New. How do you do? Is New at the front of the field looking to try to pick up heat race win number 1. That's about 4/10 of a second. A few car lengths now between himself and Drew Jockman. Jockman starting to pull away here ever so slightly from Will Hanger as Hanger trying to keep himself in that third spot. He's still feeling that pressure from Blade Wisdom as Wisdom staking right there on his back bumper. Wisdom looking for a way to jump up and get around this number 19 as the white flag has been displayed one more time around here in heat race number 1 as Connor New is gonna get it done and pick up heat race win number 1. Drew Jockman there in 2nd, and Will Hanger will pick up that 3rd and final transfer position, meaning Wisdom, English, White, Accord, Colin, Young, Fleming, Call, Foles, and Darnell will all go to our consolation races. Only the top 3 will transfer through. Everybody else will go to our consies here this afternoon. As Connor New, Drew Jockman, Will Hanger pick up the first free positions here in our feature event. Who will be the next 3 drivers to work themselves into the show here this afternoon? And starting on the pole here in heat race number 2. Heat race number 2 will line up like this. In the pole position in the 11 ride, still waiting for him to jump in there. There he is, the 11 machine. That is Ethan Johnson. To his outside in the 9 ride, that is Brody Dosher. And starting on the inside of row number 3 in the 110 ride, that is Chase Copeland. To his outside in position number 4, the 29, is the Carolina Sim Sports ride of Brandon Holden. Then we see Clay Simpson and the 10 ride of Joshua Navarowski there in row number 3. Row number 4 will have the 44 of Aaron Bowman down to the inside. You'll have Brett Walsh in the premium setups number 52 ride there in the 8th position. Bradley Patrick and the number 19 ride of Justin Byram will bring up our top 10 here in heat race number 2. The 86 ride of Kevin Prettyman will start there in 11th with Billy Dawson and Noah Blackwell, bringing up the rear of the field in the premium setups auto value number 9 machine. 13 more drivers, 3 more transfer positions here this afternoon from Federated Auto Parts Raceways down. And at corner number 4, the green flag back out into the air here for Ethan Johnson. As Johnson quickly jumped off that lap pedal using that pole position to his favor here as he quickly opens up a bit of a gap between himself and Brody Dozier. Dozier back there in position number 2, trying to hang on to it as they're 2, 3 wide back there behind him. 3 wide battle in here for about the 4th position is Joshua Nevarowski trying to work himself up and through the field, working that inside lane to perfection as they're 3 wide once again behind him. The 44, Aaron Bowman, trying to work himself closer and closer to the front of the field as he works down low now on the 42 of Brett Walsh. Walsh going to slide back here to that 8th position as Bowman taking a look down low underneath of him. Chase Copeland trying to keep this 110 ride pointed in the right direction here as the 10 of Nevarowski right there behind him as the battle for that 3rd and final transfer spot starting to heat up as Brandon Holden has worked himself around the 9 right of Brody Dozier. Dozier back here in that 3rd and final transfer position has the 25 taking a big run down to his inside in the 25 of Clay Simpson, looking to try to take that 3rd and final transfer position, but a little bit of a slide job right there. Contact, look out somehow. The 25 keeps that car pointed in the right direction. Some great racing action here for that 3rd and final transfer spot on the speedways. Ethan Johnson looking to try to run away with this one. Brandon Holden, they're in position number 2, both sitting pretty here at the front of the field, but the battle's on like Donkey Kong. Back here for that 3rd spot on the speedway, Brody Dozier, the 25 right of Clay Simpson, continue to battle, and now here comes Joshua Nevarowski into that battle as the Fusion setup shop number 10 right taking a look down low. One more time around as the white flag has already been displayed. Ethan Johnson at the front of the field as the 25 of Simpson gets up into the fence. It's Johnson though picking up the 2nd heat race win of the afternoon. Brandon Holden there in 2nd in the 9 ride of Brody Dozier, able to pick up that 3rd and final transfer spot here in heat race number 2. Joshua Nevarowski coming home in position number 4 with Copeland, Simpson, Bowman, and everybody else going to the consolation race. As we'll get ready now for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 about to get loaded into the sim, and you see our pole sitter right there, the Mac Tools TPR, the Tanner Pettit Racing ride. The 20 of Aiden Forrester will start here in the pole position to his outside in the beautiful Scott Bloomquist inspired ride. The Majula Say Speed Shop TPR machine of Derek Draymond will start there in position number 2. Starting in the 3rd position in the 20W, that is Justin White to his outside. In the 07 is the Carolina Sim Sports ride, the Plum Wild Machine of Hunter McManus there in 4th. Starting in the 5th position in the 57 ride, it's another one of those Carolina Sim Sports rides, the Plum Wild Podcast Machine of Patrick Harris there in 5th. To his outside in the 1 is the Majula Say Speed Shop ride of Joey Lindgren. Cray Wheeler will start there in 7th with Kyle Brennan, Colton Jordan, Blake McKenrick, Ricky Lowe bringing up the rear of the field. Here is Caleb York and Jaden Donovan not out there on the speedway. As heat race number 3 quickly underway. Once again, 3 more drivers will work themselves into our feature event. Everybody else will go to our consolation races. As out in front, Aiden Forster leading the way as Drake Draymond there in position number 2. Derek Draymond, sorry, they're in that 2nd position. Hunter McCain is rolling there in position number 3. He's currently in that hot seat, knowing that he has to keep that 3rd spot to get his ticket straight up through to our A main feature event, but he's being chased down. As here comes Joey Lindgren. Here comes Patrick Harris, Blake McKendrick there in the number 31 right on the bottom side. Cray Wheeler right there as well, trying to work this 32 right up towards the front of the field. Is the 7 right of Ricky Lowe right there ready to pounce. Colton Jordan battling down to his inside as the Wall Rider Photography number 9 right going to make a little contact with him right there. Actually, it's the 8 right as now we see the 31 running into issues there as well. No caution flag. Tough break for Ricky Lowe. Tough break for Justin White and Blake McKenrick as he's taking that car down pit side. Is out in front. It's Aiden Forster continuing to lead the way as Derek Draymond there in position number 2. Hunter McManus trying to hang on to this third and final transfer spot, but Joey Lindgren working down to his inside. Lindgren down low looking for a bit of a slide job there through 3 and 4. Door to door down across the line. The 0-7 will pay him back here in 1 and 2. Lindgren going to get another good run down low. He's going to slide up in front of him once again, trying to keep himself in this third and final transfer spot as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around as Aiden Forster continuing to lead the way, but the battle's on for that third and final transfer spot. Down low goes Hunter McManus. He gets a great run and he'll take that third and final transfer spot away from Joey Lindgren. As Aiden Forster picking up the third heat race win with Derek Draymond and Hunter McManus. Our top 3 punching their tickets into the A main feature event. Everybody else is going to go to our consolation races as our C main will see 6 more drivers. 6 more drivers here through these consolation races will work their way into the show here this afternoon, meaning that out of the 15 drivers that are about to get started here in this B main, only 6 more will continue on racing here this afternoon, and that is 9 drivers who will be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here this evening for our A main feature event. As starting on the pole in the 22 is the Carolina Sim Sports Majula State Speed Shop Victory Fuel Hot Rod Ride. The 22, a Blade Wisdom starting in that pole position. Joey Lindgren will start there in position number 2, and then we see the 110 of Chase Copeland there in 3rd. Chase White to his outside in the 83 will start in 4th, with the number 8 of Colton Jordan starting there in 5th. Aaron Bowman in the Star Race Car Sling and Dirt Series number 44 will round out our top 6 here in this one, as Cooper Accord, Gavin Fleming, Billy Dawson, Kevin Prettyman rounding out our top 10. Kyle Brennan will start there in 11th, with Brent Walsh in the 52 back there in 12th. Blake McKendrick there in position number 13. Caleb York and Lane Foles was supposed to start back there in the 15th position, but Lane not out there on the racetrack to start this consolation race. As our C main about to get underway, Blade Wisdom, Joey Lindgren, 1 and 2 down at a quarter number 4. We'll see that green flag fly. So our C main underway here in this one. A little contact back there behind him as everyone trying to work their way to the front of the field. It's Wisdom and Copeland door to door out at quarter number 4, and Chase Copeland will lead lap number 1. Using that inside lane to perfection, the 110 right will put himself at the front of the field as Blade Wisdom will sit back here in position number 2 on the speedway. Now has Joey Lindgren working down to his inside as Colton Jordan, Cooper Accord door to door back here for the 5th position, and the heat is on for that 6th and final transfer spot as Billy Dawson in the 7th C ride currently holding on to that 6th and 7th final spot here in this consolation race. He's got Aaron Bowman, the showman, right there behind him in that 44. Chase White right there as well in the 83. Unfortunately for White, already sliding back 4 spots here in this consolation race. Took him from inside of a transfer spot to the outside of a transfer. Some contact between Cooper Accord and Colton Jordan's going to bring these drivers right back into the thick of things here for that 6th and final transfer position, as Billy Dawson able to work himself right around the pair of those drivers, now up into position number 4 and looking for more, but it's Chase Copeland here at the front of the field. Copeland in that Majula State Speed Shop number 110 at the front of the field. Blade Wisdom, Joey Lindgren there in 2nd and 3rd on the speedway. Billy Dawson in position number 4 and looking for more. Colton Jordan there in 5th as Cooper Accord in that 6th and final transfer spot as the HRE Majula State Speed Shop number 59 ride trying to hold on to this final transfer into the show as the 44 of Bowman. Chase White continue to battle door to door back here for that 7th position. Unfortunately, if you come home in 7th, you're still on the outside of a transfer spot looking in. So these 2 drivers battling each other as letting that 59 ride stay clean and green in front of them, looking to try to pick up that final transfer spot there for Cooper Accord. Finally, the 83 of Chase White will clear that 44 of Aaron Bowman Bowman back to 8th as here comes Brett Walsh, Kyle Brennan, Caleb York as they round out our top 13. Blake McHenrick back there in position number 12, and Gavin Fleming working to his outside as Chase Copeland now feel the pressure as here comes that one ride of Joey Lindgren. Lindgren going from the high side down to the middle of the lane. He's going to take a big run down into corner number 3. The one ride of Joey Lindgren will jump up and take this race lead away from the 110 of Chase Copeland. Copeland going to try to battle back strong, though, down on the bottom side as here comes Blaine Wisdom trying to reel them in, and Colton Jordan, who's back up into the 4th position as Billy Dawson slides back to position number 5. As a good battle here as the white flag has been displayed door to door down into quarter number 3 for the final time. The 83 into the inside wall. The 59 pushes up the racetrack into the fence himself, and it's Chase White taking the final transfer spot away from the 59 of Cooper Accord. Joey Lindgren getting that consolation race win with Chase Copeland, Blade Wisdom, Colton Jordan, Billy Dawson, and Chase White rounding out our top 6 as they will punch their ticket into the show, meaning that Cooper Accord, Aaron Bowman, Kyle Brennan, Brett Walsh, and everybody else back outside of that top 6 will unfortunately go to our consolation races here this evening. Let's see if we can get a good look here at our consi here, as we'll take a good look at that finishing order here quickly. As you do see, Joey Lindgren, Chase Copeland, Blade Wisdom, Colton Jordan, Billy Dawson, and White picking up that final transfer position here in this one. Cooper Accord there in 7th, and everyone else down below him will unfortunately be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here this evening. As we'll get ready here for our B main consolation race. Our B main about to get underway as these drivers get loaded into the sim, each and every one of them looking for the win here in this one. And starting on the pole here in our B main consolation race, it is the 10J of Joshua Navarowski. To his outside in the 96, it is the Carolina Sim Sports, Majulse Speed Shop, Plum Wild Podcast, the Wall Rider Photography number 96 of Rider English. Starting in position number 3 in the 57, that is Patrick Harris. To his outside in the 25, that is Clay Simpson. Starting in position number 5 in the 16, that is Connor Cullen. To his outside in the 32, that is Craig Wheeler. Starting in position at number 7 in the 97, it is Bradley Patrick. To his outside in the 68 is Grayson Young. Justin Byram, Ricky Lowe bring up row number 5, and rounding out our top 10 is Justin White, Richard Call, Noah Blackwell, and Derek Darnell bringing up the rear of the field as 14 drivers once again battling for 6 positions into our A main feature event. Top 6 will transfer through. Everybody else will unfortunately load up their rides and join the fans in the stands here this afternoon for our feature event. As out in front is Joshua Navarowski leading the way in that Fusion setup shop number 10 J Machine, as Rider English battling here into position number 2. The Plum Wild Podcast ride there in second is Clay Simpson now into third, but some contact. Look at Simpson almost going around, able to catch that ride and keep it pointed in the right direction as the Majulse Speed Shop number 16 of Connor Cullen will work himself around the 25. And here comes that 57 of Patrick Harris down low as Craig Wheeler rounding out our top 6 here on the Speedway. Top 6 will work their way into the show. Everybody else will unfortunately load up as around goes the 97. Bradley Patrick rounding out upside down on the Speedway, and we will see our first caution flag of the day. Caution flag coming out as Bradley Patrick goes for a wild ride and ends up on his lid here in this one. A tough break for the Team CFM Esports 4-2 graphics machine. Take a look here. We'll see what happens between himself and anyone else collected in this, as it looks like he goes for the big slide chop over the 68 ride of Grayson Young. Unfortunately, Young with a big run in the bullet machine, unfortunately, gets underneath of him, jacks him up, turns him around, and for the Sweet Victory Apparel Majula Speed Shop ride. This is definitely not where you want to be in this B main, as he was trying to work himself into 7th and trying to hunt down a transfer position as it's spun there by the 68. Nowhere to go. I do believe that's the 18 of Justin White, or the 20 of Justin White, who gets into him there. Heavy contact, heavy damage for both competitors as the 97 goes upside down to bring in our first yellow flag of the evening. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing. We do see Noah Blackwell trying to get back out there onto the racetrack as Joshua Nivorowski is going to see that green flag fly once again down at quarter number 4. As the green flag quickly back out into the air here for Joshua Nivorowski. As Nivorowski out in front there, 3 wide, battling back there behind him. Contact, beating and banging, 4-5 wide out at quarter number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, some absolutely amazing racing here in our B main consolation race. If this is what we got to look forward to for our A main feature event, we are in for a treat as Joshua Nivorowski leads the way. The 25 of Clay Simpson gonna work to the outside here of Ryder English for position number 2 as English slides back to 3rd. Craig Wheeler there in 4th. Ricky Lowe now up inside the top 5 as Lowe's worked himself into a transfer spot as Connor Cullen and Patrick Harris battle here for the final transfer position here out of the B main consolation race. Top 6 will move on. Everybody else will load up their rides and join the fans in the stands here this afternoon as right now Connor Cullen in that 6th position. Patrick Harris trying to take it away from him. Justin Byram just there on the outside looking in. Same with Grayson Young. The number 20 ride of Justin White going to take his car down pit side. We do see the 71 of Richard Gall back there in 11th with Noah Blackwell there in 12th. Patrick Darnell also off of the racetrack as the white flag has been displayed. So for the final time out at quarter number 4, the Fusion setup shop number 10J of Joshua Nivorowski gonna pick up the checkered flag here in our B main, meaning that him, Clay Simpson, Cray Wheeler, Ryder English, Connor Cullen, and Ricky Lowe will punch their tickets into the A main feature event, meaning Harris, Byram, Young, White, Call, Blackwell, Patrick, and Darnell will load up their rides and join the fans in the stands here this afternoon for our A main feature event as drivers are going to get ready to jump out onto the racetrack here. Some of them haven't been out there for a little while, so they're going to get their legs rolling here, getting their hands rolling, getting used to these cars again, and getting ready to rock and roll here for our A main feature event, and really getting a good look at what this racetrack has done, how it's going to change here between those heat races, our consolation races, and everything else. You can see it's starting to slick off, starting to build that amazing Federated Auto Parts Raceway, kind of style that we're used to, kind of building that character up that we're usually used to seeing here with a big field of drivers and everything else. As this track starting to slick off, starting to build that character and starting to become tougher and tougher for these drivers as they look forward to 50 laps of green flag racing here this afternoon for our A main feature event. I'm gonna get a quick drink into me. We're gonna get ready to rock and roll here for our main event in just a few more moments as Redneck Gaming 2000 coming in, dropping that follow over on Twitch. Redneck Gaming, welcome to the Peacemaker family, as Kobe Low coming in as well, dropping that follow over on the Twitch stream, coming in, show the big love here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, and let us know in the comment section who you're cheering for and who you want to see up in victory lane. As Nelson Johns, Eric, my boy, coming in showing the love, Brian Bowman with that share, Cody Campbell coming in with that like as well over there on Facebook. As we get ready to rock and roll, we get ready to go to battle here in this one. The action is about to get underway, the fun is about to get started here this evening, as you guys do not want to go anywhere, you do not want to miss anything here this evening for our A main feature event.
In the night without a care, steel beast all down, gripping that track. Velocity racing, don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look moonless night. Elbows out, ready for the clash. Every twist, every turn, adrenaline flash. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leads of feel, velocity keeps it real. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leads of feel, velocity keeps it real. Don't look back. Don't look back. Spectators scream as the races align. A dance with danger on a thin white line. High octane in the veins, rush of thrill. Competing with fate, chasing that mill. Gritty warriors that think of the grind. Fierce and focused, always one of a kind. Victory tastes sweeter under the lights. Velocity racing, fueled by the fright. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel. Velocity keeps it real. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you came here for a show. Well, here you go. It's our warm-up session about to get underway. These drivers getting ready to go to battle here this afternoon from the beautiful Federated Auto Parts Raceway, Pevely, Missouri. It's beautiful I-55 here this afternoon. The host of our drivers here this evening with the Velocity Racing League's inaugural race here this afternoon as drivers getting ready to hop into the action. Our main feature event about to get underway. Who is going to find their way into victory lane? Who will be able to claim the win here this afternoon? As the warm-up session coming to a close, we'll get these drivers back out there onto the racetrack here to start our A-main feature event. As our A-main about to get underway, these drivers getting ready to go to battle here. 50 laps of racing action here this afternoon for each and every one of these competitors. What this would mean to pick up a big win to start the afternoon is starting on the pole in the CNR, the Connor New Racing VLR Majula Speed Shop ride. That is Connor New starting here in that pole position. To his outside in the 11 ride is Ethan Johnson, and down on the inside a row number 2 in the 20 ride, that is the Mac Tools machine of Aiden Forrester. To his outside in the 20 RT is the Hooker Trucking LLC machine, that is Drew Jockman there in 4th, and starting in the 5th position in the 29 ride, it is the 29 machine of Brandon Holden. To his outside in the 44, that is Derek Draymond, and down on the inside of row number 4 in the 19, it's Will Hanger. To his outside in the number 9, that is Brody Dosher, and starting on the inside of row number 5 in the 07, it is Hunter McManus. To his outside in the 1 ride, the Majula Speed Shop VLR, the WR1 Joey Lindgren photography machine, it's Joey Lindgren rounding out our top 10. And then we see the number 10 ride of Joshua Neveroski, the 110 of Chase Copeland, Blade Wisdom, Clay Simpson, Colton Jordan, Billy Dawson, Gray Wheeler, Ryder English, Chase White, Connor Cullen, Ricky Lowe, bringing up the rear of the field. 21 drivers getting ready to go to battle here this afternoon for our inaugural race here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway. You guys came here for a show. Well, here you go. Let us know in the comment section right now who you want to see in victory lane, and let us know As the 11 rider, Ethan Johnson, running into some connection issues off the racetrack. A heartbreaker there for the 11 ride as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here in this one. Already one driver up running the rail like Tony Hawk. That's Brody Dozier, unfortunately going from the penthouse to the outhouse. Is caution flag on the racetrack. A caution flag here for Brody Dozier as he goes up and on top the fence there. A heartbreaker as well for the 11 rider Ethan Johnson, running into some connection issues. We saw him down the back straightaway pull that car down pit lane, and unfortunately off the speedway. See the 9 ride just gets in there a little bit too quick, and fortunately that car gets tight, rides up the outside fence and stopped there on the outside of corner number 2. Once that car is stopped on the racetrack, the caution flag is thrown. So a tough break there for Brody Dozier as he has to take that Metcalf photography ride down pit road. The Majula St. Speed Shop machine trying to get this car figured out. Obviously something broken underneath that rear end, and trying to get this car down into his pit lane so the crew can go to work, get this car fixed up, and see if he can get back out there on the racetrack without losing a lap. Unfortunately though, he will lose a lot of track position as we will get him stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing. Connor New, Drew Jockman 1 and 2 on the speedway. Aiden Forrester there in third with Derek Draymond to his outside. Brandon Holden, Will Hanger, who is him? Will is him out there on the speedway. Hunter McManus, Joey Linger, and Joshua Neverowski and Chase Copeland are top 10 at the 10 ride of Connor New. How do you do? We'll see that green flag fly once again, and we are quickly back to green flag racing here this afternoon. It's out in front. Connor New at the front of the field. That's 2, 3, 4 wide back there behind him, beating and banging, battling everyone, somehow able to make it through as these drivers are working themselves around the speedway, trying to get everything they can, not giving an inch out there on the racetrack. A lot of beating and banging, a lot of battling here. Still 2, 3, 4 wide here as drivers try to work themselves up towards the top 10. Will Hanger just inside of this battle as he's got that one rider, Joey Lingering, quickly working himself around him. More contact, more drivers washing up into the outside fence. I do believe that was Colton Jordan, one of those drivers into the outside fence, and there you go. Caution flag back out onto the racetrack. We knew that wasn't going to sustain for very long. That battle in the fighting that these drivers were doing was absolutely insane, and unfortunately, I do believe we are going to see the number 8 ride here, Colton Jordan, get into the outside fence. Him and the 32 going to get tied together. One right in there as well. Colton Jordan, the 110 of Copeland, they go up into the outside fence here. Then everyone just starts beating and banging. Unfortunate break there for Hunter McManus as he gets tied up in that one as the 8 ride kind of comes down the racetrack here. Unfortunately bounces off that wall as things are getting plumb wild here this afternoon, and a pair of the Wolf Rider Photography Carolina Sim Sports rides going to come together right there on the front straightaway. Down over the 7 C's nose goes the 07, and then they kind of just pile in there on that bottom side. Everyone trying to work their way through at the 83. Nowhere to go. I do believe that is Ethan Johnson back out there in the 11 ride as well, getting tied up in that as well. So a bunch of drivers heavy damage there. Everyone will try to get down pit side, get their cars repaired, and hoping to get back out onto the racetrack here as you do see the 96, a rider English. He's down pit road. He's looking to get that car fixed up as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. Connor New out in front. Drew Jockman still staying right there to his outside as we go back to green flag racing here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway. Connor New at the front of the field, looking to try to open up this lead, looking to try to run away with this one as Drew Jockman there in second. Aiden Forrester in position number 3, taking a look down low on the 20 RT machine as he trying to hang on to position number 3 on the speedway. Derek Draymond right there on his back bumper. Joey Lingering down to the inside. Lingering started all the way back in 10th, and now he's going to run into issues. He goes around. Caution flag on the racetrack. Him and Derek Draymond coming together in another caution flag here early on in this evening's feature event as he's trying to get a good run here. Joey Lingering down low in the Majula St. Speed Shop. WR1 VLR machine, unfortunately, down low, slides up the racetrack. Looks like he's going to get into the numbers there of that 444 ride, and Draymond just going to lose the rear end. That car goes around after the contact. Unfortunately, that's right in front of the one ride of Joey Lindgren. Lindgren does a great job to get onto the binders to avoid more contact there with that 44, but unfortunately, he tries to shoot up the racetrack to go around him, and the 10 ride of Joshua Neverowski gets in there, gets a big piece from the 29 right there. Brandon, that's Brandon Holden, who ends up getting a big piece of that as well. The 7C gets tied up into it again. Hunter McManus getting in there in that Carolina Simsport 07 ride. He's going to end up with some more damage there, as well as, once again, things are definitely getting plumb wild out there on the speedway as all these drivers try to get their cars repaired. Everybody trying to get back into the right position here for the restart, and we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. We do know one driver that's in the right spot is this 10 rider, Connor New, as he's been out in front this whole race, and he's looking to keep it that way. As Dirt 20 Racer says, go Aiden Forster, hashtag number 20. We'll be coming in showing the love here for that 20 rider, Aiden Forster. Forster looking down low once again on the 20 rider, Drew Jockman. Jockman trying to hang on to that second spot as they stay right there on the back bumper of that Mitchell State Speed Shop number 10 of Connor New. As New out in front, continuing to lead the way. Single file now through our top four as the 20 RT of Drew Jockman trying to look down low, trying to figure out a way to jump up here and get around Connor New here this afternoon. As Aiden Forster there in third, Will Hanger now into position number 4 and looking for more as a dogfight back here behind him. Blake Thompson able to come out of it with 5th as Blade Wisdom now in 6th. Here comes Ethan Johnson trying to work his way back to the front of the field. Johnson ran into some connection issues. We do see the caution flag come back out, but Johnson up into about the 7th or 8th position now, as he unfortunately went from starting in position number 2 to starting down pit road with some connection issues. Was able to get that figured out, get back out onto the racetrack without losing a lap, as we saw that first lap caution flag. It was a good break for the 11 ride. Came back out onto the speedway and already working his way up through the field. We'll have to keep an eye on this 11 machine and see if he can keep on working himself to the front of the pack. As the caution flag does come back out, we will take a look here as it looks like Ricky Lowe in the 7C ride gonna run into some more issues here. Some beating and banging contact in front of them here. It just looks like everyone trying to get their way through there, man. It's a dogfight, and unfortunately, Derek Draymond gonna get a piece of them as they come out at quarter number 2. He gets underneath and just kind of scoops this 7C ride up and jacks him up and spins him around, and there goes the light wave. Number 7C machine pointed the wrong direction. The Vic Hill Racing Engines ride will bring in the caution flag here once again, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to battle here this afternoon. Is out in front. It is Connor New. New continuing to lead the way here in this one. New is out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done here this afternoon. As these drivers get ready to go back to battle, they get ready to duke it out once again. Is nice and easy down onto the throttle for Connor New. New out of corner 1 and 2, trying to keep this 20 RT right back there at bay, but Drew Jockman continuing to work down to his inside lane. Jockman trying to keep himself right there in the thick of things, not letting this number 20 RT ride run away with it here, not letting Connor New run away with it, as he's trying to keep that pressure right there on his back bumper, as Drew Jockman back there in 2nd, Aiden Forster in 3rd. Will Hanger hanging on to position number 4 is Blaine Wisdom back there in 5th. Clay Simpson trying to hang on to position number 6 is Ethan Johnson working his way down low underneath of him here. Johnson trying to work himself now into that 7th position, 6th position on the racetrack, as you do see Colton Jordan trying to work his way back up through the field as well. The 7 ride of Billy Dawson right there trying to work himself on the outside lane, as you can really see this racetrack starting to take that usual I-55 shape as they're 5 wide back here behind them. I don't know how they're going to make their way through it. As 5 wide here once again through 3 and 4. It's a dogfight back here just outside of our top 10 on the speedway. Everyone trying to work their way up and toward the front of the field. They know they're starting to run out of time. They're running out of opportunities to try to get themselves to the front of the pack. And they are putting on one heck of a show for us here in this one. Wowzer, what a show that these drivers are putting on here this evening for each and every one of us to enjoy. as Connor New out in front, continuing to lead the way. The fighting back there settled down a little bit, but I'm sure it's going to start to brew up once again. Chase Copeland right in the thick of things. Same with Derek Draymond. Joey Lindgren just getting through that right now, trying to work himself up towards the top 10 as the one ride finds himself in the 11th position. And you do see Copeland now back there behind him in position number 12. You see the damage on some of these drivers after getting tied up in a few incidences out there on the speedway. Still sticking with it, still sticking out there on the racetrack, trying to get everything they can here in our first feature event of the season. Ryder English back there in 14th, Joshua Nevorowski back there in 15th, Gray Wheeler, Chase White, Brady Dosher, Brandon Holden, Hunter McManus, and Ricky Lowe bringing up the rear of the field, as at the front of the field it's still Connor New. New continuing to lead the way, and Drew Jockman trying to hang on to position number 2. Aiden Forster working down low, trying to find something underneath that 20 RT machine. Will Hanger there in position number 4 and looking for more as Blaine Wisdom trying to hang on to that 5th position, as here comes Ethan Johnson. Johnson was supposed to start there on the outside of the front row. Basically had to use a EOL and start from the rear of the field. He went from the penthouse to the outhouse to start this feature event, but he is working himself back up inside the top 5. If he can find a way around Blade Wisdom, he could maybe put himself inside the top 5 here in this one. But we do see the caution flag coming back out as the 9B ride of Brody Dosher, unfortunately running into some issues. Him and the 83 ride going to get tied together. That's Chase White down low as the 9B up on the high side. As Dosher trying to work himself around the 83, they get tied together up into the outside fence again for that 9 ride. Heavy damage, that right front completely sheared off in that car. Stopped on the speedway with our race leaders coming right at him. Caution flag will be displayed. So drivers will have another opportunity to maybe head down pit side, maybe get some work done to their rides and see if they can jump back out here onto the racetrack, because we do see Hunter McManus down pit row. We do see Billy Dawson making his way down pit side as well. So giving up a little bit of track position, trying to get these cars repaired back into good working order and getting ready to go back to green flag racing. As out in front, Connor New going to get ready for another big restart here this afternoon. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that gosh heckin' like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to go back to battle here in this one. Debbie Patrick coming in with the like on the stream over there on Facebook. HRE Sim Sports coming in with that share on the broadcast, as Brennan Josh Wolford coming in with that share as well and the like on the stream. My boy Ron Zerk coming in with the 100-star dono over there on Facebook, as we are back to green flag racing here from Federated Auto Parts Raceway. The green flag quickly back out into the air here for Connor New, as New out in front, but the slide jump there for Drew Jockman. Caution flag going to come out. We'll have to wait and see where iRacing scores those two. Can the number 20 RT take this race lead away from the 10 ride of Connor New, as it does look like Aiden Forrester going to get tied up in this one. A heartbreaker for our 3rd place driver is Aiden Forster, unfortunately gonna be victim here of this caution flag, as he gets a good restart here, trying to keep himself in that 3rd position. Now I'm not sure if there's some contact there, some beating and banging back there behind him, but I don't know, something just breaks in the right front of this 20 ride. I don't know what just happened there, but coming out of quarter number 2, doesn't really look like there's much contact here. But for this 20 ride, just something snaps loose in this car. He shoves up the racetrack into the outside fence. I don't think he had really any help. No one really behind him. Maybe a little bit of contact here with the 20 RT on corner exit right there. Makes that contact with the 20 RT in this car. Just something in that right front snaps and just shoots up the racetrack over the nose there. A Will Hanger up into the outside fence, and then unfortunately a few more drivers trying to work their way on the outside. You see Joey Linger in there, Chase Copeland, both going to slide into that one. Heavy damage for both of those competitors. The 83 getting a little piece of that 20 ride as well, and that will put us back under the caution flag. But quickly, back to green flag racing is out in front. Connor New trying to hang on to this race lead, as here you go. You guys came for a show. These drivers put on one heck of a show for us as New out in front. Drew Jockman continue to work here. The his back bumpers, they're almost 3 wide here for that second spot. Getting leaned on is Will Hanger. Hanger trying to hold on to third as here comes Ethan Johnson. Johnson back up into that third position as the 11 right, trying to work his way still to the front of the field. Hanger going to slide back there to fourth. Now going to try to work back to the rear bumper of the 11 machine is Colton Jordan in the 8 right. The Carolina Sim Sports Wall Rider Photography Flop Wild Podcast number 8 machine of Colton Jordan. After getting tied up in multiple incidences early in this race, the 8 right finds himself now inside the top 5. Blade Wisdom back there in 6 as Clay Simpson there in 7th. Connor Cullen in 8th as we do see the caution flag come back out here in this one. So the caution flag going to come back out. That was Ryder English slow on the bottom side of the speedway. Let's take a look and see what happens here to the Plum Wild Majulse Speed Shop Carolina Sim Sports number 96 ride as the Wall Rider Photography ride gets up into the wall, then gets a little help there again as the 32 kind of comes in, gives him a bit of a tail tag, helps him harder into that outside fence. You see this right front just absolutely shredded apart. Here sees our race leaders coming at him in the rear view. Here has to quickly pull his car down to the inside of the racetrack. Luckily enough, everyone able to avoid him as 96 of Ryder English running into some tough issues there in corner 1 and 2. A tough break there for him as we'll get him stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing as out in front, Connor New continue to lead the way. Drew Jockman there in 2nd. Ethan Johnson, Will Hanger, our top 4 with Colton Jordan, our top 5 here on the speedway. Clay Simpson, Connor Cullen, Derek Draymond, they're in position number 8, I do believe, now on the speedway. Joshua Navarowski, the 32 ride, or 83 ride of Chase White, there in the 10th position with Craig Wheeler, Billy Dawson, Aiden Forrester, Ricky Lowe, Brandon Holden, Chase Copeland, Blade Wisdom back in 17th. Now Wisdom's taking his car down pit side. Hunter McManus back there in position number 18 as Ryder English still down pit road. We do see Joey Lingren and Brody Dosher also off of the speedway as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Drivers stacked up, ready to go back to battle, ready to duke it out here once again here in this one as door to door down through corner number 3. Nice and easy out at corner number 4. We go back to green flag racing here from I-55. It's Pevely, Missouri's own Federated Auto Parts Raceway, the home of our inaugural race with the Velocity Racing League here this afternoon as Connor New looking to try to put his name into the history books as the first winner of the series as he's out in front. He's been the reflection of perfection all evening long, but Drew Jockman has been right there on his back bumper, and Ethan Johnson's been working himself up through the field trying to hunt these guys down for maybe the win this afternoon. Will Hanger's been right there in the top 5 here all evening long. Colton Jordan's had to battle back from quite a bit of contact as they're 3 wide there for a quick second. Colton Jordan blinking a little bit, same with the 20 RT as the 20 RT of Drew Jockman now trying to hold off the 11 right of Ethan Johnson. Johnson down low looking to try to take position number 2 away from the 20 RT, and he will get the spot. So move Johnson now into position number 2 here on the speedway as the caution flag will fly once again here in this one. Caution flag quickly gonna come right back out, and Drew Jockman, I do believe, may have gotten a piece of this one. Jockman in that number 20 RT ride. Unfortunately, running into some connection issues here for the 20 RT. Blinking ever so slightly out there on the speedway, making it very tough for the drivers he's battling with around him. And unfortunately, I think Will Hanger, he's still blinking here. I'm not sure. I think it's just blinking because that was unfortunate break for him. But I do believe that Billy Dawson is the issue for the caution flag here. The 7C ride in Blade Wisdom right there on his back bumper. Looks like right front damage for the Elite Artworks number 7C ride. And right front bust. He's trying to get this car down the racetrack and off the speedway. Unfortunately gets stopped right there, and that's what will bring out the caution flag. So a quick yellow flag and a quick green flag. Back to green flag racing is out in front. Connor New trying to hold off Ethan Johnson as a slide jump there into the 11. Ethan Johnson gonna jump up and just barely beat that 10 ride back down across the line. As the caution flag will come back out once again as the 29 of Brandon Holden parked down on the bottom side of the racetrack that time. I'm not sure what may have happened here to the 29 machine, but we're gonna look at it here and take a little look-see-poo, see what happens here to Brandon Holden as another driver unfortunately running into issues and getting stopped there. Looks like he just gets up into the outside fence. That right front getting busted up again, and unfortunately another driver stopped down here on the back of the straightaway, and that will bring out the caution flag once again. So we'll get them stacked up, racked up. We will get ready to go back to green flag racing. I do believe they have the 11 ride of Ethan Johnson scored in the top spot. So Johnson going from the penthouse to the outhouse has now worked himself from the bottom to the top here, and he is now our race leader. Move Connor New back to second. Drew Jockman and Colton Jordan there in third and fourth as the green flag quickly back out into the air here this afternoon. The green flag back out as we only got 10 more laps of racing action here in this one. 10 more laps to get it done as the caution flag going to come right back out as cautions, breeding cautions here this afternoon. Joshua Neverowski in the 10J, the Fusion Setup Shop number 10J ride, going to run into some issues. Restarted there in the 6th position. Unfortunately, looks like he's going to get into the back end of the 19 ride, then up into the outside fence, and that's going to put him right up on the wall and upside down, and that will bring the caution flag right back out. Our flag man getting a workout here this afternoon, but now inside of 10 laps left to go. It does look like we are going to go to single file restarts here. So that is a better break for Ethan Johnson. Now not having Connor New to his outside, can try to get these big jumps and big runs here and try to open up that bit of a lead that he may need to keep Connor New back there at bay. As Johnson now out in front, Connor New in position number 2. Drew Jockman trying to hold on to third as Colton Jordan will hanger our top 5 out there on the speedway. As here comes Connor Colton trying to work that 16 ride inside the top 5. Aiden Forster back into the 7th position. A little contact right there between him and the 25 right. Step back, Wade trying to hang on for dear life. Unfortunately, it's finally going to go away. That's really going to affect the handling here of that 20 ride. Not a lot of downforce without that back wing on the car. As here comes Clay Simpson, Derek Draymond right there in the thick of things. The 22 of Blaine Wisdom trying to work himself back up inside the top 10 as well in the 22. As Aiden Forster there in that 10th position as Chase Copeland, Gray Wheeler in the 32, Hunter McManus back there in 14th with Ricky Lowe, Ryder English, our top 16 out there on the speedway, but it is Connor New able to jump back out in front just for a split second as Ethan Johnson works back down low. Oh baby, things are getting tight here between our top 2 competitors here this afternoon. Connor New with the big slide jump down through 1 and 2. Johnson down low, gonna cross him over, looking for this big run. Maybe the slide jump down through 3 and 4. Does get that run he was looking for. Keeps himself out in front as Connor New gonna have to try to mount another challenge to try to put this 10 ride up and into victory lane. Door to door as a car sideways there on the racetrack. Both drivers, luckily enough, able to avoid that 32 ride of Gray Wheeler as Wheeler sideways there on the speedway. That will bring out another late caution flag for us here this afternoon. 32 slow on the racetrack. Obviously something amiss in this 32 ride. Looks like he tries to get it down pit road here, and as he tries to get it down pit lane, the car sideways here on the racetrack. Unfortunately having to try to back it up and try to get that pit road entry. Cannot get it, and that will bring the caution flag out. Luckily enough, everyone was able to avoid him and no other drivers getting collected in that one. So we will get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing. As Robert Rogiello, hopefully I'm saying that right, Robert, probably getting it completely wrong. Robert coming in with the like on the stream. Ryan Rubelman coming in with that thumbs up as well. Crank Patrick coming in, smashing that thumbs up here on the broadcast, as well as my boy Ron Sir coming in with that heart reaction, and again coming in with the 100-star dono. I appreciate you, brother, as he says, excited to see this race and hear another great broadcast. Good luck, guys. I appreciate that, Ron. I appreciate you tuning in, showing the love here in this one. As Cooper Accord says, let's go, Connor. Jeremy Vaughn Racing coming in with that like on the stream, as well as down at quarter number 4. The green flag quickly back out into the air for Ethan Johnson. Johnson with a great restart, quickly open up that car length lead between himself and Connor New. As Connor New, how do you do it? How do you get yourself to the front of the field as this time at a quarter number 4, down across the line, the white flag will be displayed. So one more time around here for Ethan Johnson, as Johnson looking to pick up the win here this evening. Gonna protect that slide job lane, almost some contact, there is new, sent it in there, but it's Ethan Johnson who will pick up the checkered flag here this afternoon in our inaugural season event with the Velocity Racing League here this afternoon from Federated Auto Parts Raceway. It's Ethan Johnson who will pull himself up and into victory lane. The Majula Speed Shop CNR, the Connor New machine, the 10 of Connor New will come home in second. In the 20 RT of Drew Jockman will come home in position number 3. Will Hanger there in 4th, and Colton Jordan our top 5 on the speedway, but it's all Ethan Johnson here this afternoon picking up the win and pulling himself up and into victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's see some congratulations in the chat here for our race winner, the 11 ride of Ethan Johnson. Let's see some congratulations for Connor New and Drew Jockman as well. Put on a heck of a show at the front of the field here all evening long, man. These guys put on a heck of a race for us, right from the drop of the green flag right down to the checkered flag, man. These guys put on one heck of a race here this afternoon, as we're going to get ready to drag some of these drivers into the broadcast booth for their post-race interview. We'll have to wait and see if they get into the interview room here. There we go. As we got our race winner already in here, Ethan Johnson. Ethan, brother, how does it feel, man, being able to pick up the inaugural race win here this afternoon with the Velocity Racing League?
Yeah, it feels good. I didn't think I'd be up here. We had Wi-Fi trouble at the start of the race, so we had to go to the back, started 21st, and worked our way up to 1st. So it was fun. It was definitely challenging, how to work your way through the field. Hard track to pass on, but it was fun.
Absolutely, definitely a tough racetrack to make some passes, man. Take us kind of back through some of that as you had to work yourself from the rear of the field here. Like you said, you had to go from the back of the pack after some connection issues early on in this race. How do you have to, try to refocus your game plan here on such a short time frame? As we saw you go down just before we went, green flag racing obviously came back out after that first caution flag, but now you're going to start all the way there at the rear of the field. You got 20 other fast cats in front of you that you gotta try to work your way through here in 50 laps of racing action. And I-55 really doesn't give you a whole lot of time to, one, negotiate the traffic and get your way into the front of the field, but also trying to avoid that contact, avoid any of these other, collisions out there on the speedway to keep yourself out of trouble.
Yeah, I knew driving through the field, it was definitely going to be hard. I knew people were going to be beating doors and everything. I actually got caught up in the first wreck, the first yellow, I think it was, or second yellow. We had to go get our fast repair early, so just try to keep the car clean and then try not to run into the wrecks, basically, and keep the nose clean. And we got a little front damage, but I think that was from the inside wall. So, yeah, it was definitely challenging getting through the field, especially with how many people were on the racetrack, especially like on this small of a racetrack.
Absolutely, definitely a very small, close quarters style of a speedway, man. We've seen so many great races here, and another one this afternoon. And as you, at the end of the day, being able to pick up that checkered flag, man, take us through some of the emotions now after, battling your way up through the field and having to duke it out there in those closing, 10, 15 laps with you and Connor New at the front of the field, duking it out again for another big win here this afternoon.
Yeah, it feels good. I took the lead off of a restart. I felt like Connor was kind of pinching me into the wall, so I got out front of him a little bit, and he ended up going. So we had the lead coming to the line, and then we had a yellow right after that. So feels good to win. I don't like to race like that, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, especially when laps are winding down. You only got 10 more laps to go, so. Yeah, I mean, other than that, it was a good race. I felt like I drove a pretty decent race, and everybody else, congrats to Connor for running second. Thanks for running me clean. I didn't mean to get into you on that restart, but other than that, that's about it.
Absolutely. Well, Ethan, a great run, a great drive here for you this evening as you pick up the inaugural race win here in the Velocity Racing League in these super late models. Ethan, who would you like to thank for such a great run and great performance here this afternoon?
Yeah, I gotta thank Jordan Casey over at Free Speed, Dirty South Speed Shop, Chris Solons, Cocky Floyd Consulting, Crazy K Graphics. If you guys need a wrap, go to him. Everybody else who helps me.
Beauty. Well, Ethan, congrats on the win here this afternoon. We can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack in a couple weeks' time, as obviously we're off next Thursday for Halloween, so we'll be back in action in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully we'll see you back out there on the racetrack, beating and banging, battling, and trying to pick up another win here to start the season.
Yep, we'll be there.
Alrighty, well, I don't have permissions to drag people, so I can't drag it, but I'm going to jump up into the next room here with Connor. Ethan, congrats on the win, congrats on the great race, and don't party too hard down there in Victory Lane.
I won't. Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Ethan Johnson. Johnson picking up the win, putting himself up and into victory lane as we're going to get ready to pull in our second place finisher, Connor New. Connor New coming in with a great run, a great drive here after starting on the pole, man. You were able to keep yourself battling here at the front of the field and leading virtually about the first 37, 38 laps of this race until all of a sudden Ethan Johnson comes up from the back of the pack, able to get that jump on you down across the line to lead a lap, and unfortunately just after that caution flag comes out, gives him this top spot, and now you gotta try to restart in position number 2. Gotta try to find a way to beat him here this afternoon. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite get there, couldn't quite get it done, but you gotta take us back through this race, man. How does it feel to be up here in position number 2 after such a crazy race with so many talented drivers back there nipping on your back bumper?
I mean, I was the best car. You know, you just can't do anything when the third place car's lifting you up, so the second place car can get a good start. But yeah, I got screwed out of the lead for that caution, and then the start zone's off of 4, and he's going in 3. Both the last 2 restarts when it's single file. But you know, I was faster. Just couldn't do anything with the restart with 2 to go. But you know, we'll take it.
Absolutely, man. A very solid run, a very solid performance out of you all evening long. Now, you know, what was kind of going through your mind throughout this race? Obviously, a lot of caution flags, a lot of more opportunities for these drivers to, reel you back in, get back to your back bumper. Do you think this one maybe went a little bit more clean and green, that you would have had a better shot at putting yourself into victory lane here this evening?
Yeah, for sure. I felt like our car was better on the long runs. Was a little tight on those short runs there. We got out to like a 1.3 second lead at one point, and just the caution come out, and they got back to our bumper. But yeah, we'll take it, I guess.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Connor, a great run and a great drive here for you, man, after leading the most laps on the evening, keeping that 10 right up at the front of the field and giving Ethan there a run for his money late in this race. Unfortunately, he settled in to start this season with a solid second place run, man. Who'd you like to thank for such a great run, great performance here this afternoon?
Just everybody over at Magility Speed Shop. Car was we had the best car tonight for sure, and just everybody else that helps out on this thing.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Connor, a great run, a great drive. Congratulations on the second place finish, and we look forward to seeing you back out there in a couple weeks' time. Hopefully, one spot better and up in victory lane yourself in a couple weeks when we go for race number 2 here in the season.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Connor New, as New coming home there in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for that number 10 machine, as New comes home in second. A tough break in a tough run, as we're going to get ready to pull in our third place finisher, Drew Jockman. Drew coming home in position number 3 here. We're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Drew, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yeah.
Drew, man, a very solid run, a very solid effort out of you all evening long, as you're able to pull the 20RT machine up here into the podium, man, after a solid run, a solid performance. Take us kind of back through it. What's going through your mind now after these hard 50 laps of racing action this evening?
Yeah, we tried something a little different. We gave Connor a run for the lead quite a bit, just never got around him, and then had damage at the end, so we ended up just kind of letting Ethan go by and get it done.
Absolutely, as you guys were battling tough out there on the speedway, obviously between you and Connor New to start this race, and then you throw Will Hanger, Colton Jordan in there, Drake Draymond in there, or Derek Draymond in there, and also right on your back bumper for a lot of laps was Aiden Forster as well. Unfortunate contact there for Aiden and running into his issues, but take us back through some of these restarts, some of those battles there, as you have so many great, talented drivers kind of all around you, trying to not only figure out a way to get around you, but also trying to jump up there and race Connor here for the win this evening.
Yeah, I was just trying to get the best start I could, try and get as good of a run I could on Connor.
Absolutely. Well, Drew, you park it up here in position number 3. Not the place you really wanted to be. Obviously, everyone wants to be up in victory lane, but you're going to be pretty happy with the outcome here this evening in your drive here at I-55.
Yep.
Well, Drew, a great run, a great drive, a solid podium finish here this afternoon. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and great performance here this evening?
Everybody at Crystal Racing, everybody at Free Speed, Ethan Johnson, Jordan Casey, Aiden Forster, just everybody at Free Speed and Crystal Racing.
Beauty. Well, Drew, congratulations on the great run. Congratulations on the great race here as you park it into that 3rd spot. Hopefully, in a couple weeks' time, we'll see you back out there on the racetrack, maybe right back up here in the broadcast booth, and maybe into victory lane yourself.
Yep, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, Drew Jockman. Drew coming home there in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there for the 20 RT machine. But at the end of the day, it was all Ethan Johnson as Johnson picks up the checkered flag and pulls the 11 ride up and into the Federated Auto Parts Raceway victory lane as our inaugural race here with the Velocity Racing League coming to a close here, man, after a big Ethan Johnson win here this afternoon, man. A hell of a performance, a hell of a ride for him as he went from starting outside of the front row to all of a sudden running into some internet connection issues down the back straightaway here before the feature event got started. Started at the back of the pack after that unfortunate blinkiness there, and able to get that kind of figured out. The internet kind of coming back for him, and he was able to make up ground, keep on driving his way towards the front of the field, and eventually Ethan Johnson getting up inside the top 3 there, and then goes after Connor New and takes that race lead away from him and never looked back as Johnson picks up the big inaugural win here this evening and putting his name into the record books as the first super late model victory winner here with the Velocity Racing League. As unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's going to do it for us there on that note. But if you haven't already, please do us a favor, smash the like button on the broadcast, hit that share, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. Even if you're rewatching this and we're currently not live at the moment, make sure you guys still hit the like button, drop a couple comments for us, and definitely hit that subscribe and or follow button here this afternoon as we're live not only over on YouTube, but we're also live over on Facebook and Twitch as well. We're live streaming on all 3 channels here, giving you guys the best experience here of all the racing action on your favorite platforms to watch all these amazing shows on. As man, great race, great show all evening long. Unfortunately, that will do it for us here on the night. I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and being a part of the show, and we can't wait to see you guys back out here for our next race, our next event, which will be tomorrow evening when we have the Dirt Street Stocks back in action tomorrow evening for the Friday Night Lights, and then the MNT Cup Series back in battle tomorrow as well. So a double header tomorrow evening, lots of racing action, dirt track and asphalt for tomorrow's racing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys aren't going to want to miss it, so make sure you hit that bell notification. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming. And a huge shout out here not only to Velocity Racing League for bringing me on board as the broadcaster here for their inaugural season, but also a huge thank you to all the amazing sponsors coming in and being a part of the show here as well with Velocity Racing League. As you see all those amazing sponsors in the logos down there or in the far right hand corner, and all of my sponsors right up above me right now with Papa Mike, Merkley, AG Tire, the agricultural tire, and my boy KD Services coming on board to be sponsors here for Peacemaker Gaming and all of our league sponsors down there over on the far right. But listen, can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Can't thank you guys enough for enjoying the show and enjoying the action here this evening. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for some more racing action. Peace and love, baby. And I'll see y'all later. Peace out, baby. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.
Heart-pounding engines roar, dust in the air, chasing dreams in the night without a care. Steel beats fall down, gripping that track. Velocity racing, don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Sweat and grease fill the edge of the fight. Headlights slice through a moonless night. Elbows out, ready for the clash. Every twist, every turn, adrenaline flash. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leads of steel, velocity keeps it real. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leads of steel, velocity keeps it real. Don't look back. Don't look back. Spectators scream as the racers collide. A dance with danger on a thin white line. High octane in the veins, rush of thrill. Competing with fate, chasing that mill. Pretty warriors who think of the grind. Fierce and focused, always one of a kind. Victory tastes sweeter under the lights. Velocity racing, fueled by the fright. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. Legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Heart-pounding engines roar, dust in the air, chasing dreams in the night without a care. Steel beats fall down, gripping that track. Velocity racing, don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. Sweat and grease fill the edge of the fight. Headlights slice through a moonless night. Elbows out, ready for the clash. Every twist, every turn, adrenaline flash. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. In the dirt where legends are made, speed and danger never fade. Racing hearts in the leagues of steel, velocity keeps it real. Don't look back. Don't look back. Spectators scream as the racers collide. A dance with danger on a thin white line. High octane in the veins, rush of thrill. Competing with fate, chasing that mill. Pretty warriors who think of the grind. Fierce and focused, always one of a kind. Victory tastes sweeter under the lights. Velocity racing, fueled by the fright. In the